Okay, so how do I look? Anyways, so I just want to give a review about the Awaken Church in Eastlake. I started going a few years ago, and then I saw the reserve seating where they had like their name cards on the seats, like all the leaders in the church in the front and center. And so I rebuked them for that. I have the video on Rumble, but I I had on YouTube. I don't know how I got lost, but it might be on Rumble. So I'm gonna try to put it back on YouTube. I'm gonna have to since I don't know anything about technology, I'm gonna have to record it from playing from another device. But anyways, so the Awakened Church in Eastlake. So bless their hearts, they're trying, but so I knew something was first wrong with it when the pastor was talking. This happened about 3 years ago. I heard that sermon, or 2 or 3 years ago. He was riding on a sailboat. I guess if he was bonding with his wife, that's okay. That's God wants you to do that. But he was glorifying the beauty of this city for I'm not even kidding. He was doing it for 10 minutes. He was the city of San Diego, it's so beautiful, and I was just admiring the beauty, and I was astounded by okay, so I thought to myself, this is a pastor saying this? First of all, there's nothing beautiful about this city that runs with the blood of innocent children. Please don't admire this city made by men, built on by the hands of wicked men. There's nothing. I guess if you're admiring God's creation, like the sun and everything, and the ocean, no, it was the city in particular that he was praising. So the man-made, part of the city. Anyways, his name is Mike Yeager. Anyway, so I was I can kind of still roll with this. I like the free childcare. So, on Wednesday nights, and other churches don't offer that, and I needed that extra Wednesday meeting. I normally don't go to that church. I go to a different church. Anyway, so okay, I was okay, maybe I can roll with that. But then later on, he's the psychologist, so stupid, some TV psychologist, right? It's a man of he's totally secular. I don't remember the name, but he's super secular, not I guess he might be a Christian, but it's not his main thing. Jordan Peterson, I think is the name. He was oh my God, you wouldn't believe how he sounded when he was praising this man. I thought he, the Messiah himself must have walked in the room. But, so I was he was Jordan Peterson, and I was this is a pastor. He should be praising Charles Spurgeon or David Jeremiah, not falling on his face in adoration for this secular man of the world. And then this okay, and then he asked the congregation on another time. He was that episode in Seinfeld? I'm why in the world would he think that and he was talking about the specific scene in Seinfeld, and he was when he did that I was first of all, if anyone here was watching that episode, that is sin. That series is full of fornication, blaspheming God's name, gosh knows what else. I admitted I watched it, but I was a long time ago when I was living in wickedness. I was a very wicked person when I was younger. I'm still young, okay? Anyway, so then, and then this was the straw that broke the camel's back, and probably the reason I haven't been in that church in a long time. I'll still go if I'm desperate to go to church. I go to church multiple times a week. I'll just let you know that. Anyways, so, and then this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, did I hear correctly? And I did hear correctly. Lo and behold, the pastor of this church just got over a pornography addiction 5 years ago. My gosh, gosh knows what, defilement that occurred 5 years ago. I mean, that's fine. Okay, do whatever rolls your boat or whatever. I forgot how the term goes. But that's all fine and dandy. But I mean, if you're like sitting in the pews with us, but if you're up on the stage, you need to I'm gonna go ahead and say God expects that person to be holy and righteous and pure. Okay, I don't want to talk about the church I go to, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. The pastor at Eastlake Church, James Grogan, that is a man of God. I'm sorry, but that man is so pure. I was undone. It's a long story. I wrote a long review about it. I'm not going to go into it, but that's the church I go to. It's I'm not going to say far superior, but the leadership, James Grogan, that guy is on par with Charles Stanley or even David Jeremiah. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, that church is definitely a 5 out of 5, top tier. But the guy with the pornography addiction, I'm sorry, that doesn't fly with me. I'm not saying I'm a righteous woman of God, but I just can't sit in front of you and take, guidance from you when you were just on the computer 5 years ago with your mind. Gosh, and I don't even want to go there. Please, but God bless their hearts. They're trying.